Marry me, everyone. I keep changing how to do this video, so this is probably like the 10th time, and the last 3 times the laptop glitched, so I had to stop for a little bit and refresh it. So, marry me, and I'm going to hopefully get this video done the way I want this time. So, this is what type of Otherkin am I? And I know not a whole lot of you really care, because you hear everyone talking about what they are, and you kind of think they're all show-offs, which they're not. I think a lot of people just want to be recognized for who they think they are, and who they feel they are, and who they truly are. Um, and I get that. People want to be recognized for who they are, not for someone that you want them to be, or who you imagine them to be. So, yeah, I can kind of get where they're coming from, where they want to tell you who they are and what they are. So that's kind of why I felt like I wanted to do this video and tell you guys who I feel like I am on the inside, who my soul is, who I am, in a way. So this is my Otherkin type, which is Phoenix, and this took me a little over, no, little under a year to determine this, because I literally just started looking a little before Christmas, I think. Um, so uh, about 7 to 8 months ago. Um, so yeah, it's pretty decent timing. A lot of people um do it quicker than me. I take longer because of I tried every method I could think of. Everyone's different though, so it took me forever to figure out how I wanted to figure it out. And I did narrow it down to a bird. I narrowed it down. I originally thought it was a raven, just because, I mean, yeah, I've always had a connection to the raven. I've always thought that was part of me, because I think it was when I was 6. My mom did spirit totem cards, and the raven was the last card there, which I think was like the 8th card or something. That was the one that stuck. I remember that, turtle, and a whale. Um, but that one stuck in my head, and I always thought that was part of me. Um, when I was when I was a little tiny kid, when I was just I think between the ages of 6 months and 4, I hated water. Couldn't stand it. Any water. I couldn't stand rain, baths, anything. Water was like the enemy to me. Nope, didn't want to go near it. Then, from the ages of 5 to 8, I thought I was a velociraptor, but I didn't have the terminology for it. I didn't know that was a Therian, or whatever it's pronounced as. However you want to pronounce it, I'm going to say Therian, just because it's what comes off my tongue. And I thought that on the inside, my soul was a velociraptor, on the outside, my body was a human, and I was fine with that. I'd been raised in a pretty open-minded family, um, and yeah, we weren't really close-minded at anything in my family, and still aren't. Um, but so I was like, yeah, I guess that could be possible. My soul could have been a velociraptor and just never evolved into a human soul or whatever, or it was not supposed to be reborn or something, and it got accidentally recycled into a human body. So I was fine with it. And then, I think like 2 weeks ago, I finally determined that I was a phoenix. But for the past 4 months, before 2 weeks ago, I thought I was a raven. Before that, I narrowed it down to birds. Um, because I did a slight meditation. I don't do very deep meditation because it's impossible for me. I did a small meditation, and I opened my eyes, and I felt like I was supposed to have wings. And so I had narrowed it down to birds because I had closed my eyes. I was watching, because I watch a lot of, I was watching Therian videos at the time because I determined I was a Therian. I didn't know what kind. So I was watching Therian and Otherkin videos, and I'd come across a meditation video for it. It wasn't a guided meditation. It was like, just meditate to help phantom shifting. So I figured I'd give it a shot and see if something showed up and that would help me identify who I was. So I did that I meditated for 4 minutes, I think. And when I snapped out of my meditation, it felt like under my arms there were wings. No, it wasn't like behind my back. That doesn't make sense because that would be more of an angel kin thing. Which a lot of you are probably like, why weren't they behind your back? Because birds, their arms are attached to their wings. It's all one limb. So that's why it would have appeared under my arm, and that's what it felt like, was there were wings under my arms. And I automatically was like, yeah, I'm a bird. And then I thought a raven because, I mean, that's what was in my head, raven. Then about 2 weeks ago, I wanted to be positive that I was a raven theorin. Um, so I used, and before this, I was using spells and stuff to give me signs as to what I was. And so I was using my pendulum, and this was a bird, phoenixes I'd never even thought of. I was thinking of Therian type animals, earth animals, because that's what seemed more commonly likely than Otherkin was a Therian. And so I pulled out my pendulum because I do a lot of pendulum work. I might do a video for you guys if I can find my pendulum because my pendulum likes to hide. I put it on my altar, and it disappeared. Couldn't even joke about that. Nope. It was in my altar. No. Yeah. I'll find it for you guys and I'll do it. Yeah, it was on my altar. And then on my desk. It's usually between 2 or 3 places. But I'll find it and I'll do you guys a pendulum video. So I pulled out my pendulum and I asked it, am I, or is my soul a raven? Because it's a yes or no thing. You have to be very specific with it. And it said no. So then I was wondering, because I knew there were I studied mythical creatures, and I studied myths in Greek and Egyptian mythology, particularly. And I asked, was I a Therian or an Otherkin? And it wasn't really like that. I asked if I was a Therian, it said no, and then I asked if it was an Otherkin, and it said yeah. So then I narrowed it down to things I could think of that had wings and didn't like water, and I narrowed it down to griffins, dragons, and a phoenix. And I don't even know why I thought of griffins. I just thought part eagle, part lion. So, raptor. And as for dragons, they have wings. I knew I had wings. And phoenix is, well, a bird. And has wings. Figured out and doesn't like water. So it was kind of a combination of research and stuff to determine who I was. But it said no on dragon and griffin, and then on phoenix. And then I was on here, YouTube, and I did research into phoenixes, and it fit perfectly. The phoenix, I mean, it fit perfect. I watched, I think, 2 videos on YouTube, and then I went and I did some research on Google. I think I went into Wikipedia, and I think it was just Wikipedia I did on Google. So it fit perfect, and yeah. And that's kind of my story as to how I came to figure out I was a phoenix. And so, if you guys are Etherean and you haven't told anyone or anything yet, and you watch my video, please make a video telling everyone who you are and send me the link, and I will be more than happy to watch it. Trust me. So, yeah, till next time, guys, blessed be.